What you want to ask me, darling?
PCU Prank Call Underground Radio.
It doesn't.
Two gay men took off their clothes, climbed a tree, and engaged in lewd sex acts for 4 hours in the tree before hundreds of onlookers.
We are controlling transmission.
Vulva is what girls have down below.
Your breasts grow firm and blossom under their canopy of fragrant silken skin. Feel your breasts swell. Feel them grow firm as they blossom to their natural limit. Feel the sensation.
You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
KK's Lunatic Fringe.
All systems go! Prepare for countdown! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off to adventure in the amazing year 400 billion!
I can't breathe. Stop. Oh, no.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a surprise special edition of KDK's Lunatic Fringe. And I was totally not planning on going on the air tonight, because anybody who knows that my infamous, groundbreaking, legendary, pioneering internet radio talk show that's been running for nearly 3 years now is on PCU, Prank Call Underground Radio Network, exclusively and only on PCU, Prank Call Underground Radio Network, every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And why the hell am I on at almost 11:30 on a Friday? Well, it's because there was supposed to be another program on tonight, and I don't have to work tomorrow. The program that was supposed to be on tonight, they never showed up. They don't want to do their show. Apparently, they're just blowing us off. They're doing a no-call, no-show, as they would call it at work, where you just decide, I'm not going in today, and I'm not going to tell anybody that I'm not going in today. It's called a no-call, no-show, and it's usually grounds for firing, but I'm not a prick like that. I'm sure they'll come back tomorrow with some sort of excuse that they'll try to pass off as acceptable, but really it's not. But we're not going to hold it against them anyway, because the upside of the monkey phone kids being pussies and backing out of doing the show is that I'm here, because I don't have to work tomorrow. I requested Saturday off because, I need to prepare for my show, because it's so important. Actually, I don't do any preparation. I just like to sit. I like to sleep late and get up and smoke some weed and play video games until I do the show. That way I'm not all tired, because if I have to work that day, I either have to work at 8, which will mean I'm tired by the time the show comes on, or I'm going to have to go in at 12:30, which means I'm going to get out of work and then have to start the show almost immediately after I get out. So it's better if I have the Saturday off. So I got tomorrow off, and I'm here with beer and weed, and I'm like partying, and I'm waiting to listen to some good internet radio. And there ain't none out there. I'm tuning around. I'm trying to find something interesting. The most interesting thing I could find was a relay of the Howard Stern show from like Friday of last week, or 2 weeks ago, or something like that. So I got bored, and I said I'm going to come on, and I'm going to do Lunatic Fringe, because if worse comes to worse, at least I can record it and play it and use it as like filler on another show, so I can take a break. And maybe I can make some live prank calls. Currently, I'm hanging out in the chat room, the PCU Prank Call Underground chat room. Go to www.pcuradio.com and click on the link for the chat room and join us in there. Or if you're an RC user, let me see if I can find the address for you. I think I know how to get the address for you, I think. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, the IRC server is pcugradio.dyndns.org. So it's PCUG Radio. I'm not sure why there's a G in there. It's pcugradio.dyndns.org. And the room is, of course, PCU. I believe it's the only room on the server. And you can come on in and join us in the chat room. If you have ideas or numbers for prank calls, please send them to me through the a private message from the chat room. I'm not accepting AIM tonight. I'm not using AIM tonight. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to close my AIM in case people figure out that I did have it open. I have my personal AIM open, not the PCU, the official PCU AIM open. So if you want to interact with us, you're going to have to go into the chat room, and that's fine tonight because it's a slow night because nobody's expecting a surprise KDK's Lunatic broadcast tonight. So there's only 50 people listening, and there's only 16 people in the chat room. So the rest of you people pile into the chat room and say hello to us, and let's have some fun here tonight. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a piss because I've been drinking some beer, waiting for the Monkey Phone Kids to show up before I eventually gave up on them. So I'm going to go take a piss, and I'll be right back.
How many people are listening now? It's 10 for every number in the listener box.
Okay, we got about 80 listeners.
Okay.
And now for something completely different.
And I'm back. And I played a funny clip in there, which is, well, it amuses me anyway. Let me go back and play it again.
How many people are listening now? It's 10 for every number in the listener box.
Okay, we got about 80 listeners.
Okay.
Right. So that means that 8 people are listening. That was just an old clip that I saved of Blackout being exposed for the fraud that he is, because he always used to try to lie about how many people listen, trying to make himself sound like a big deal. The sucky part with Shoutcast is that you can't do that because people can go to shoutcast.com and look you up and see exactly how many people are listening, and you can't really lie about it. So I can go and look and see that on PCU I have 50 listeners right now. Oh, no, I don't. I haven't restarted my stream. I just restarted it, and the numbers are the same. Nope, we have 49 people listening because one of you bastards, Blackout just tuned out because I pissed him off. And if it were 10 for every number, I would say 490 people are listening right now. There you go. And the reason why I'm bringing up Blackout is because I'm trying to prove a point, because some of his little ass-biting followers, actually one person, keeps registering different phony IPs and going to spam the PCU chat. And all they can really get out is just like entering and leaving, because they can't get a word out before they get banned by me because I'm so ruthless. I need somebody on my side for when I'm not paying attention. But I am paying attention now because I'm having fun with it. Weedman is asking, you live right now? Yes, we are live right now. And that would be a good time to say happy birthday to Prankmaster, even though he's probably not listening. But he wanted me to say happy birthday to him tomorrow, but today is his birthday, so I told him I wouldn't. Tomorrow I could say happy day after your birthday day. Is that a real day? Anyway, I don't have any numbers coming in. Moogle, who I don't know, and I'm always leery of people who I don't know when they're trying to give me prank call ideas, wants me to call his ex-girlfriend, which I'm not going to do, so I'm going to close that one out. And, OxyContin is asking for my AIM screen name, and I'm not using AIM right now. I don't need AIM right now, because, like I said, I was in the mood to drink some beers and smoke some weed and have some fun tonight, and I'm going to do it whether I'm doing the radio or listening to the radio. It makes no never mind to me. So let me light a cigarette here. Make sure I have enough cigarettes for the show? Yes, I do. I'm all set. Hey, you know what I'm going to end up doing? I'm going to burn myself out doing a good show tonight and end up doing a second show tomorrow because I'm burnt out from tonight. Or I'll end up playing tonight's show tomorrow because it's a lot to ask somebody to do 2 shows in a row. I know I'm doing it now, but I'm probably going to regret it tomorrow. Anyway, here's a new prank call for you.
So, I'd like you to feel and love our brand new game. This is what we did at the weekends. See, this is the kind of exciting weekends that I have. So if you come and let me stay at your place, this is the kind of entertainment I can offer, like 24/7. So we phone up a Chinese takeaway, and you make an order, right? And then what we do is put them on hold, and you call up another Chinese takeaway. Then we get the first one to repeat the order to the second one, but the second one thinks they're making a new order, and it all gets really confusing. If you think this is complicated, just listen to this, it'll all become clear.
Hi.
Hello? I wonder if I can make an order, please.
Yes, you can, yeah.
Okay, I'd like one egg foo young.
Foo young chicken, pork.
Oh, chicken, please.
Chicken, yeah.
And then, what soup do you have?
I only got not much to choose from. I've got chicken, sweet corn, crab meat, or hot and sour.
Crab meat would be really good, thank you, yeah. Okay, some prawn crackers?
Yeah.
Also, maybe, do you have lemon chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like one of those, please.
Thank you.
And also, because there's quite a few people coming around, I'd like to have 4 egg fried rice if possible.
4 portion egg fried rice, yeah.
Yeah. If you could you just read the order back to me to make sure I got it right?
Yeah, so you got one,
Oh, give me a second, sorry. One of my friends is coming in, I think they want to add to the order.
Okay.
Give me a second, and I'll get him to read the order back to them, alright?
Okay.
Give me a sec. Right, he's on hold, and now let's call Chinese Takeaway 2.
Hello.
Hello, can I make an order, please?
Yeah.
If you can just hang on a minute, my friend will give you the order, alright?
Yeah.
Okay, can you read back the order, please?
So you got one chicken egg foo young. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Yeah, you got one chicken egg foo young. Chicken and egg foo young. Chicken foo young, yeah. Yeah, and then one crab meat sweet corn soup. Yeah. And a portion prawn crackers. Yeah. And lemon chicken. Yeah. 4 portion egg fried rice. Yeah. That's it. Okay, thank you. So how soon can you get here? About half an hour, okay? Yeah. Under what name? Pardon? What name? The driver. The delivery driver. What name you mean? Well, we don't do delivery. Huh? We don't do delivery. We do delivery. We don't. Are you coming to collect it? Yeah, you come and collect it, yeah. Oh, you coming to collect it? Yeah, you come and collect it if you ordered it. Oh, right. I thought you said it was a delivery, innit? No, we don't do delivery at all. The only delivery we do was a pizza up the road. Oh, so you coming to collect this food, yeah? Yeah, correct, yeah. Okay. When you coming? Oh, what do you mean? I said when you coming, not me. Huh? You come and pick them up. Pick what up? Well, you just ordered food, you take away shop here. You just ordered the food from this takeaway. Well, what do you mean? I say you just ordered the food from this takeaway. Yeah? Are you coming to pick it up, or you want it delivered? Which takeaway are you? Hey. Listen, mate, forget it, okay?
Got news.
And we're back. And that was some British guy calling up 2 Chinese restaurants and connecting them together and confusing them both. It would have been much more funny in America because, judging from those voices, we have much more Chinese takeout people over here. They sound much more Oriental, if I might say so myself. But it was a funny call. Those 2 guys were completely oblivious until they accidentally offended each other. Anyway, I still don't have any suitable numbers coming in because there's none of my little spies who always give me all the confirmed numbers are listening right now. As a matter of fact, we've only got 50 people listening right now. See, that's one of the lovely things about PCU is I can pop in at any time and be guaranteed a pretty decent audience, and then it's up to me to be able to keep them or not. You know, I can pop in here and start with 50 people, or I'll start with 50 people, and an hour later I got 10 if I suck. Which is what used to happen when Blackout used to go on PCU, and that explains why he's not here anymore. I want to make it clear that I don't have any personal gripe with Blackout, because he's done no worse to me than I've done to him, I suppose, in the bad-mouthing department. All the bad-mouthing that he's done about me, I've returned it in intellectual rebuttal, and sometimes just immature mudflinging. I understand he's going through a difficult time, and I understand that he has some mental problems. He's, according to his friends, he's losing his grip on reality, and I've always maintained that he's delusional because he lives in this little fantasy world where he's an imaginary superstar. Which is, by the way, going to be the name of our forthcoming 11th prank call CD when it goes up for sale on the website, kdkprankcalls.com. It's going to be called Imaginary Superstar, just to forever remind me not to become like that. Where are all my people with my numbers? I'm going to have to do random numbers. Am I ready to do a random? Let me go get the phone. I'm back. Okay, I got the phone. I had to walk all the way across the room amidst the sounds of crickets and owls to go grab the phone, which has been on the charger all day, which means it'll probably be good for like an hour's worth of prank calls, because I need a new battery that I haven't picked up yet. I'm off tomorrow. Maybe I'll pick up a new one in time for tomorrow night's show. I look at it, to me it just looks like 3 AA batteries strung together and a weird wire coming off them. And I know I'm going to go to the store and it's going to be like a $20 thing. But it's a good phone. Otherwise, I'm not going to turn on the toll-free number tonight, because one of the things that aggravated me about last week's program when I was trying to do KDK's Lunatic Fringe live last Saturday is that we got an awful lot of callers. And of course, I appreciate everybody who wants to call in and be on the air and participate in the program. Of course, I appreciate that. Weed Man, I'm going to kick you, because as much as I like to smoke weed, I'm not that much of an overbearing attention whore about it, okay? I kick Weed Man. I didn't ban him, I kicked him. For scrolling, smoke weed, smoke weed, smoke weed. Nothing personal. And I will be smoking some weed here momentarily. But like I was saying, there were a lot of times where I was in the midst of a rant, or I was trying to complete a thought, or I had come up with a funny idea and I was going to go off on a tangent, and the fucking phone rang and totally derailed me, which in turn derails the program. And then I'm sitting there thinking, maybe that's one of the things that people find attractive about the program, is that it can go anywhere at any given moment, depending on who calls or what the hell I'm talking about or what I'm playing. You know, it's almost completely unpredictable, because I don't do any scripting out. The only thing that I will do every once in a while is if I have new prank calls, I'll play them throughout the night instead of music. But that's really the only part that's planned out ahead of time. Oof, I'm starting to get a headache now. I'm going to have to go. I didn't take my aspirin. I usually take an aspirin before I drink beer, because it gives me a headache. I'm on beer number 3, I think, right now. I'm a lightweight. Yeah, I know. I drink once a week. But you know what? That makes it cheap for me to go to a bar and get drunk, because I can get drunk off of 4 beers. Dr. Phil is saying, someone donate money for a new battery. Actually, I wouldn't consider a new battery a KDK or a show expense, because it's something that we need anyway. So I'll pay for that one out of my own pocket. I'm not that much of a cheap ass. Not yet. Hopefully everybody will keep me in line so that I never become like Blackout, so deluded and wrapped up in my own little fantasy world where I'm the Goblin King. You know, this is fucking pathetic. I'm watching my chat room, and there's fucking Blackout people scrolling the chat room when Blackout isn't even on the air right now. He won't come on the air right now because he would end up proving my point, because he would be holding 16 listeners and I'd be holding 49, 50 listeners, because I'm that damn good. I'm not even trying. And I can be more interesting than Blackout could ever possibly be. As a matter of fact, the only way Blackout could make himself better would be to listen to this program and emulate my style. That's the only thing that could make Blackout better, and that's eventually what he's going to do if he's going to stick around, or if he's going to continue doing programs to 18 people. Pardon me while I take a sip of my beer. Man. Another good thing is Keith is not here tonight, because I don't like doing shows so much when Keith is here. I liked it much better when Keith didn't really like the show, and he didn't listen to the show, and he didn't get it, and he resented the fact that I did it, and he used to just hang out in the bedroom. Now he's addicted to the show. He loves it. He lays on the couch behind me the whole while I'm doing the show, and it's just fucking distracting me, because I'm constantly talking and looking over at him, and like, it's just distracting. I much more enjoy doing the program by myself. Solo! Because I am that damn good. a second. Not many people can do that. A lot of people got to hide behind co-hosts and guests and callers and stuff like that. I don't need that shit. I don't think. I'd like to think I don't need it. But I was just in the chat room, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching the blackout people trying to scroll the chat room, and the best thing that they could come in and do is, like, to go in and try to spam blackout for, like, a couple lines until I ban them, or somebody else bans them. And one of the good things about the new PCU server is we can permaban people, so that it's a hell of a lot more aggravating and annoying for them to go register new fake IPs than it is for me to just ban them when they come in. And Weedman, I'll give you a shout out for bongload.org. Is it bongload.org, .com, .net, one of those. He runs a bongload site. Let me see what OxyContin is saying. OxyContin is sending me the names for $1, Vagina, William Pinkle, Thomas Poop, Carmen Weed, Richard Jew, and Cam Killa. Let me know if those numbers are confirmed, Oxy. Because I don't want to call and get a machine or nobody's there or voicemail or any of that shit that people are going to think is boring and blame me for it. Like the fair weather listeners you are. I'm kidding. Well, actually, all my people are quite loyal. And I gotta pee again. You know, I might get a piss jug tonight because I'm drinking a lot fast. And I'm having to pee a lot. You know what? There's a coffee cup sitting here in the garbage can. So on the air right now, a world premiere. Let me play the world premiere music.
I can't breathe. Stop. Oh no. Oh dear.
Now KDK is going to whip out his enormous cock and dangle it over a coffee cup, an empty coffee cup, and pee into it, and let's see if we can hear it on the air. And 3, 2, 1. Anybody hearing that? You know, that's one of the things I love about KDK. And KDK is a lot different from Dave the person. KDK is sort of like, it's almost a bipolar kind of thing, like a person I become when I do shows and when I go on the air, because I don't act like this normally. For instance, Dave would never whip out his dick and pee in a cup, but KDK would do it, and KDK just did it. I just peed in the cup, and now what the fuck do? I got a cup full of pee, and now I gotta go dump it, because you know what, the cup was too small, and I gotta pee more. This reminds me of when I used to live with my parents. Of course, I'm not so pathetic that I'm still living with my parents. I own my own home. Well, not really a home. It's a condo, actually. But at least it's something I have a mortgage for. I don't rent, and I own. But when I lived with my parents back when I was like 18, my parents were alcoholics, and any time I would hole up in my bedroom. And this is probably the foundation for my current agoraphobia. Is I used to hole myself up in the bedroom because if I left and I encountered my mom or dad, they would most likely be drunk and be picking a fight about some stupid thing or another that doesn't even matter just because they're drunk. So I would hole up in my room to the point where if I had to pee, I didn't want to leave my bedroom to, like, risk encounter seeing my parents to go piss in the toilet. So I used to buy these big 7-Eleven big gulp cups, the plastic ones, and save them so that I could piss in them and pitch it out the window. And I remember once my mom saying, my flowers are all dead and they smell like piss. Outside the window there was a couple of my mom's flowers, and after a while, piss doesn't help a flower grow too well. They all died and they didn't smell too good. I'm cracking myself up over here. But anyway, my original point, let me get back to my point, because I have a brain like that and I'm capable of doing it. Oh, hang on, let me kick a hater. Hater gone. When I see Blackout and his listeners come in here and spam themselves, it reminds me of when I used to do it. So I take it as sort of like an ego boost. Because I used to do that I used to do that sort of thing to Blackout, where I used to go and spam his chat room because I was a beginning prank caller and I was trying to get my name out there, and I didn't realize at the time how unpopular he was. And I used to go in there and spam his chat room and put my URL in there and stuff like that, and I used to get kicked and banned and all that shit. And now it's just, it's heartening that things have come full circle, and he feels the need to come here and spam himself, because it is sort of admitting that I am the bigger man. Well, I sit here and smoke weed and cigarettes and drink beer and piss in coffee cups. And I still got this coffee cup full of beer. What the fuck am I going to do with a coffee cup full of beer? I'm going to open the window. Let me see if I can reach the window. I'm going to pitch a cup of piss out the window. There we go. The window's open. If you listen close, you'll probably hear it splash outside. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. The neighbors are so going to call the cops on me. He's over there dumping cups of piss out the window. Only on KDK's Lunatic Fringe. And we're back. And I'm sort of enjoying this because I don't feel like I'm under the pressure to produce KDK's Lunatic Fringe. Like, I really feel like what the show is supposed to be. Like I'm just sitting here and drinking beers and pissing in cups and smoking weed and cigarettes and having myself a fun time. Apparently everybody in the chat room seems to enjoy my pissing in the cup and pitching it out the window, and I'm hoping the neighbors don't notice that someone's pitching cups full of piss out the window and call the cops on me. And how would they prove that? Cops would have to swab up a puddle of piss outside as evidence? Because how do they prove what was in the cup? It could have been beer. It could have been anything. Are they going to give me a ticket for littering because I dumped a cup of piss outside my window? Besides, it is my window. That place, like, right in front of my... I know I live in a condo, but, like, the porch and, like, that area, that's my area. I can do what I want there. I can pile garbage there if I want to. If I really want to piss people off. At this point, I'll have to count the empties to see how many I've had, because I think I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3. The one I'm drinking is number 4. I feel much more drunk than this. I'm a 4-beer queer. Because I'm drunk. I'm not drunk, I have a good buzz. When I'm drunk is like when I'm really slurring and bad-mouthing people. I get mouthy when I'm drunk. Oh, that reminds me, about this whole Wild Bunch thing, a couple of people might realize that we're not on Wild Bunch Radio anymore. We used to be on Wild Bunch Radio, and the reason why that is because Little Evil Neo called into the program live a couple of weeks ago. And I got into a conversation with her because she's been hanging out in a Ventrilo, which is an internet voice chat room that I hang out in. And she's been telling a lot of jokes about V-Forge, the general manager of WBRN, Wild Bunch Radio Network, and she's been making a lot of dead dad jokes because his father recently died. Now, personally, I don't think dead dad jokes are funny. I think it's very uncreative to pick on somebody because someone they know died, even if it was a family member. You know, it's just very uncreative. Every one of us out there has a close family member that has died at one point or another, unless we're monkey phone kids age. And we know that it's not funny to poke fun at the fact that somebody has died, unless it's somebody who's completely repulsive to the majority of people, such as George Bush. If George Bush were to die, then jokes about him dying would be funny. But to hang out in a Ventrilo and make, like, dead dad jokes, it's not funny. But I asked Neo to recite a couple of her dead dad jokes on the air. And Forge was listening, and he got pissed that I was calling for dead dad jokes. So that's why they decided to take me off WBRN. Even though I was pretty much the most interesting and the only worthwhile to listen to show on their network, they took me off. And it doesn't really matter to me because it never really did much for me because not a whole lot of people listen to Wild Bunch. The only people that tend to listen are the people who do shows because they have like 30 people on the fucking schedule and that's their audience, those 30 people. And none of them listen to me. Well, barely any of them listen to me on Wild Bunch because, well, PCU people never listen to me on Wild Bunch because PCU listeners, God love you. You're a loyal lot. You're a loyal bunch of people, and I love you for it. The PCU people never would tune over and listen on Wild Bunch, even though it was higher quality. They just stayed put on PCU and listened in mono because they're loyal listeners, and I love you for it. I'm drunk. I'm like, I love you, man. But the Wild Bunch people, since most of the listeners are just the broadcasters, it never really helped me much because the broadcasters fucking hate me because I'm always on the air saying how much they suck. And trust me, they suck. When I talk about Blackout sucking, this is worse. You know, a lot of you have listened to Blackout and you know he's not very good. I'm talking worse. I'm talking... Oh, I don't even know how to describe some of those shows. They're so fucking bad. I won't pick on anybody about sound because our show doesn't sound all that great itself. But I'm talking about the ability of the host to have a personality. Oof. Oof-aw. You know, it's not even funny enough in like the train wreck sense where you're like, wow, this is really bad radio. That makes it funny. You know, it's just, wow, this is really bad radio and it's really sad. And I know I'm going to hear shit from the Wild Bunch people. And I talked to Forge, and I got him to unban me from the Ventrilo. I didn't know he was so pissed at me that he would ban me from the Ventrilo. But I went in there, and I apologized for calling for dead dad jokes, because I didn't remember doing it, because I was drunk at the time, much like I'm approaching now. And I didn't remember it. So at first I said, it doesn't sound like my style when he accused me of it. And then I said, wait a minute, I know what you're talking about. And I tried to get Neo to tell a dead dad joke, and the one I wanted her to tell is, what's the difference between a musician and Forge's dad? One decomposes and the other composes, or vice versa. I fucked up the joke. Well, anyway, it's not a funny joke, but I figured it would be entertaining content on the air, so I asked Neo to tell some of her dead dad jokes. And he got pissed about it, and he banned me from the Ventrilo, and he took me off the schedule. I did notice that they didn't take me off the schedule until I took down their link on the front page of my site, because I was kind of curious. Well, here's how the whole thing went down. Nobody ever told me I was off Wild Bunch. Nobody ever approached me and said, you're no longer to use our stream anymore. What happened was they just didn't contact me when my show is supposed to go on. They normally contact me and say, okay, I'm about to get the stream, and I'll tell you when to connect, and they didn't do that. So I was like, okay, they must be pissed at me about something. And then I went and I took their link off my front page until I could talk to them and find out what was going on. And that's when they took me off the schedule. And so basically that probably had the most to do with it. The fact that I took their link off the front page of our site. Because let's face it, our site does pretty damn well. KDKPrankCalls.com has come pretty far in the just over a year that we've been a legitimate site. And the fact that they're not on the front page anymore, we were probably their #1 source of hits. You know, more people learned about Wild Bunch Radio Network because of me, KDKPrankCalls.com, and that's not me being arrogant. That's just the facts, the way they is. And but people tuned in, they heard shit, and they tuned out and didn't come back. So that's the predicament they're stuck in. I have no ill will with any of the Wild Bunch people, although I'm no longer obligated to say that they don't suck anymore. Ghost Rider, I said before that I never listened to your show, so I wasn't really an authority on whether you suck or not, but I did listen the other night, and it was bad. It was awful. I would say it approaches some of the worst radio I've ever heard before. So Ghost Rider, who is the guy who has moved his show to compete against KDK's Lunatic Fringe, which is not a bright move if you're not any good. So he'll be getting 4 listeners, and we'll be doing 80 to 90 to 100. I've seen it as high as 110 on some nights if I'm doing particularly well. And I can honestly say it is bad radio now. The only people that I enjoy listening to on Wild Bunch are Loopy and V-Forge, Shadows of Doubt, and Venison Stew every once in a while. A lot of times he goes off and he talks about extraneous shit that only he and 5 other people understand. Which I probably do a lot too myself. What am I talking about?
Hello?
Hello, I'm looking for Thomas. This is Mrs. Rosenthal, and I'm looking for Thomas Poop. I'm sorry for calling so late, but you know I wouldn't be calling if it wasn't so important.
Yeah, well, he's not here. Goodbye.
He's not home. Do you know where he might be? It's very important.
He doesn't know any Mrs. Rosenthal. Why don't you find something better to do
How
with
would
your
you
time?
know who he knows, dear? I go from way back, as you can hear. I have lung cancer. I'm 87 years old, and I know him from back in the day.
Well,
Long before you, honey.
know better than to call people after midnight.
Like I said, I told you it wouldn't be important. I mean, I wouldn't be calling if it wasn't important. I'm sorry. I've had a little bit of the bourbon tonight.
Good
They
night.
just spilled some on me.
Good night.
Put Thomas on, please.
I really did just knock over a beer in the middle of that call, and now I'm drenched in beer. At least it all fell on me and not on the computer. And so with that, I'm going to get naked. I'm going to have to take off this shirt because it's covered in beer. Maybe I am too drunk to be on the air. I'm only going to say shit that pisses people off and makes enemies, and that's what always happens. But that's why everybody listens, because they want to hear what kind of bridges I'm going to burn tonight. And now I'm using the shirt to mop up the desk. There you go. Now you're listening to Naked KDK's Lunatic Fringe. Everybody get naked and listen with me. It's a communal thing. We're all going to get naked and listen. Well, you're going to listen. I'm going to talk. And play music and prank calls and stuff like that. But, she didn't want to put Mr. Poop on, and I'm tempted to call right back. But you know how I feel about, repeatedly harassing people. The only reason why I haven't been fined or arrested by now is the fact that I don't harass people and threaten people and pose as authorities and stuff like that. Let me see what people in the chat room are saying. Dr. Phil is... well, they're talking about Thomas Poop. Thomas Poop, yes. There's somebody in the world named Poop. Mr. Poop. I can just imagine him in the DMV, and the black lady with the cornrows calls us Mr. Poop and starts busting out laughing, and then everybody in the DMV starts laughing, and his whole life is just the butt of a child's joke. Say hello. Come closer and say hello. Julian, come here. Say hello. Say hello. Hey, let's get a cat high. Actually, I'm going to have to pack my bowl first. Let me pack my bowl. And then I'm going to grab a cat and get it high. I'm such a bad influence. Nobody ever, please, do as I do. And I'm packing my weed here. And it's so seedless. It's such high quality that I don't even need to sift it. I can just put the bowl in the bag and scoop out a little. Which is what we're smoking tonight. Just a little, your standard metal pipe. The bong is more fun to smoke on the air, but the crappy little bong that I have is leaky. So let me find a cat. Oh, there's 2 cats on top of the cable box. Mouse and Sebastian are going to get high. You guys excited? Let me move in close so they can talk. Hello? Mouse? You guys excited? You're going to get high? Sebastian? Say something. Somebody? Mouse? Mouse? You got cotton mouth. The cat's opening her mouth and no sound is coming out because she hasn't meowed in a couple hours, so she got cotton mouth. Meow. There's no sound, Mousy. Try again. Mouse. Mousy. Julian's talking. Say hello, Julian. Julian. Don't eat the microphone. Say hello. How many people are listening to me talking to my cats? Okay. Now you're talking? Do it again, Mouse. Mouse. There you go. I got a meow out of both of them. I went to go pet one. One got jealous and the other one got happy, and they both meowed. Cats are cool. Okay, now I'm going to take a hit and give it to the cats. And Mouse is probably going to run, and Sebastian is going to sit there and absorb it like the old stoner he is. And like I just said, what I do is I stand like 1.5 feet away and just blow the cats in the, or blow the smoke in the cat's general vicinity. And Mouse recoiled like you flicked her in the face with your finger. And Sebastian just perks up, and you can see his little nostrils going. And if I get a really good cloud to him, you can see the little tendrils of smoke going straight up his nose. And they always tell you things that you breathe through your nose go straight to your brain. So the cat, like, it's an instant high. You guys stoned? It probably takes like 1 hit for a cat to get high. So they're both probably stoned right now. And Mouse is just looking around all confused. Sebastian, now does somebody want to talk? Does weed make you guys more talkative? Say hello. Mouse. Mouse. See, you're the guy at the party that would be hiding in the corner and all paranoid and afraid to talk to anybody. Sebastian? Okay, maybe you guys need another hit. You were listening to PCU Prank Call Underground Radio. This is a surprise broadcast of KDK's Lunatic Fringe. And, we're getting my Siamese cats high. If you want to go take a look at my cats, you can go to kdkprankcalls.com and click on the link up top for galleries, and then click on the pets, and you can see pictures of my wonderful, lovely little cats, Sebastian and Mouse, that are both about to get stoned. And Mouse just stood up. And Mouse is running away, and Sebastian is smelling her twat, and now he's following her. Now Sebastian is all horny. Cats are so easy to read. He's forever sniffing her twat, and whenever he does, he makes a funny face where his mouth hangs open, and he's got a hang mouth. But I've never caught them fucking, which is a good thing because they're both fixed, and they're both brother and sister. So they'd only have like little mutant Siamese cats anyway, if they could breed. Wow. Whew, it's starting to hit me now. Wow. Everyone's stoned but Julian. Julian, you want to smoke a little? Sebastian. You high? Sebastian? Do you appreciate the fact that I get you high, or do you resent the fact that I torture you by forcing you to get high? Come back here when I'm talking to you. Sebastian! No, that was Mouse. I had to do a contest one night where I get one of the cats to meow, and you guys gotta guess who it is. Julian! If I could get them to meow without saying their name. And Julian is sitting there staring off at the wall like he's stoned and he hasn't gotten anything. Sebastian is going to the kitchen for food. I already know where he's going. He's going down the hall and he's going into the kitchen for food. And Mouse looks like she's looking for a place to piss. Mouse? They're wandering around the room and smelling things as though they're seeing them for the first time. It's fucked up, isn't it, Mouse? Mousey. Mouse. Oh, what a sweetie. And then as soon as she meows, Sebastian comes running up and smells her twat. Watch out, Mouse. He's all horny. He may try to stick it in you tonight. And I feel bad for as far as cats go, Mouse would be a hottie, I would imagine. She's a beautiful cat. I imagine if I put her outside, she'd be able to have her pick of the litter of all the other male cats in the neighborhood. I feel bad that they're locked indoors and they can't get fucked. But feline leukemia is communicative, and I don't want them to come home with ticks and fleas and shit like that. And besides, at this point, if I put them outside, they're terrified. They cry like little bitches to come back in the house. There are times where they snuck out and then turned around and haven't been able to get back in because the door closed. And they're just crying at the door like a little scared bitch, all bushed up, fur all over the place. And why do cats lose their fur when they get scared? It's the world's worst defense mechanism. I'm really scared, so I'm going to eject all my fur at you. And now Sebastian is licking his own nuts and making the sex face with the hang mouth. Anyway, I'm going to go take a piss, play a song, come back and do some prank calls, because you guys, God bless you for staying tuned and listening to my drunken rambling. Oof. I think I'm on beer number 5, and I'm already drunk because I haven't eaten today. Because regular listeners know I've been on the KDK diet, and I'm down to 168. I started at 181, and I lost 11 pounds in 1 week. But since then, I've been sort of lax on my diet, and I've only lost 2 more pounds. But I haven't eaten yet today, so this alcohol's really hitting me. So that means I can't drink anymore, or I'm going to end up throwing up. And nothing is worse than the dry heaves. Ugh. Here's a KDK diet. I eat 1 regular meal a day, not like a giant-sized, jumbo-sized meal, but 1 normal meal. Like, if I go to Subway, I have like a 6-foot grinder. That's a normal size meal. And then, see, I'm not even eating that healthy, and I'm losing weight. That's why everybody ought to follow my diet. I'm telling you, people. I have 1 normal meal a day. I can go to fucking McDonald's and have like the 2 cheeseburger meal. Don't supersize it and have a Diet Coke with it. And then in the evening, if I'm hungry, not even all the time. Sometimes I just skip dinner because I'm not hungry. And that's another rule. Only eat when your stomach hurts. Because you're not hungry otherwise. You're just eating for mental reasons if you're not eating because you're in physical pain. So a lot of times I skip dinner, but if I do eat dinner, I eat something that's low in saturated fat. Don't worry about anything but saturated fat. Don't worry about carbs. Don't worry about calories. Just worry about saturated fat and eat things that are low in saturated fat. And also take chromium picolinate because it's a mineral that will help your body to metabolize fat better. And it'll give you more energy, too. It's a metabolic stabilizing mineral, I guess you would call it. Chromium picolinate. Go to your local drugstore and get some if you ever want to go on a diet. And just drink a lot of water throughout the day and don't snack, because people always eat like I see, at the supermarket that I shop at, they have like a whole like place where you can buy fried chicken, and here you can buy pizza, and here you can buy all kinds of like junk food shit. And I see people go there and they'll buy a slice of pizza and they won't consider it a meal because it's only 1 slice of pizza, and it happened between lunch and dinner. That's a whole meal that you snuck in there, so there's no snacking on my diet. You eat 1 regular meal a day and savor it, because you're going to have a crappy low-fat meal for dinner, and you're not going to have anything good until the following day. And it works, because I lost 11 pounds in 1 week. And also I've been exercising on the exercise bike, which makes a big difference. Because somebody who lives a relatively sedentary lifestyle as I do, if I start exercising, I lose weight fast. It's very easy. And there's a lot of people out there like me who don't get a whole lot of exercise, but they're not fat, and if they were to exercise, they could get in shape really quickly and easily. So everybody, follow my diet and follow my example, and get yourselves in shape. Because, you know, you just fuck better when you're in better shape. And let's see, Monkey Phone Mark says, or somebody with the name MP Mark says, I'm sorry, KDK, I had to go to Drew's today because my mom isn't home, so we couldn't go on, and I told him he should have posted it. You can't just not do a show and don't tell anybody you're not going to be able to do the show. Nobody does that. That's so unprofessional. Even for us. Even for the whack-asses and douchebags that are on PCU. That's just so pathetic. KDK, I think I know what's up with the Monkey Phone Kids. On last week's show, he said he's going to get high next week, so I bet that's what they're up to. So that's why. There's no monkey phone show tonight because they're off getting stoned for the first time. Well, enjoy it, boys. You know, that is a good excuse. That's a good reason not to do, that's a good reason not to do the show, because you're out getting stoned. But how old are you kids? You guys can't be getting stoned. It's just wrong. I'm not like a crotchety old person, so hopefully you'll listen to me when I speak the truth from experience. You know, you're not ready to smoke weed until you're at least 17. That's not an unreasonable number, because my age for having sex is I don't think you should have sex till you're 18. But nobody listens to me, even though I know all the answers. I know all the answers and the secret to life itself, but nobody asks me. And if you do anything, just only do weed. That's it, nothing else. People fall into problems when they can't get weed and they think they're addicted to weed and they try to replace it with something else. But you're not addicted to weed. That's just a habit. That's not an addiction. That's a habit. You're not going to go through any kind of physical pain by quitting smoking weed. You're just going to have to break a habit, just like any other bad habit, like picking your nose in public or picking your underwear out of the crack of your ass or adjusting your balls in public. It's just something you got to learn. But it's not like it's physically difficult to do. That's why weed is, I would say it's the only safe drug out there. And I've tried, well, I haven't tried like every drug. I haven't tried like the drugs that I know are bad beforehand, like heroin and fucking crack. Those are drugs that I know are no good beforehand, so I'm never going to try them. But I've tried coke, and it's an unpleasant high, and it's not half as good as the weed high. So just do yourself a favor and just stick with the weed. If you need something to cut the edge off of life, if you can't just go through life sober and just learn to deal, if you must do something, you don't need Valium, you don't need Prozac, just smoke a little weed every now and then. Weed is the cure for what ails you. Pardon me while I choke to death, extolling the virtues of weed while choking because I have smoked so much. My lungs are clogged with resin. Yes, lovely. My lung is brown. My lung is brown. My lung is brown. Anyway. And we're back. And yay, Ted has finally joined us. Ted is hanging out with us in the chat room. There's fucking 25 people hanging out in the chat room. If you're not hanging out with us, you're one of the uncool people, and we're not going to sit with you at lunch. Come here, Mousy. Come here. It's getting to be around dinner time, so the cats are starting to get noisy. You hungry? I got you stoned, and now you got the munchies. Hello. Maybe we'll have a trivia contest. I'm going to do a contest right now where I'm going to get one of the cats to meow without saying their name, if I can. And you guys are going to guess in the chat room. So you've got to get to the chat room at kdkprankcalls.com and click on the link for the chat room, or pcuradio.com and click on the link for the chat room. And go in there and give us your answer for which cat is going to meow when I attempt to get them to meow without saying their name. And the prize this week will be, I don't know, what the hell do I have left to give away? Let me look around the room and find something stupid to give away. Because the whole point is not about what to get, it's about winning. We know the real rules of the game. What can I send somebody? I will send somebody, okay, a South Park videotape, still sealed in plastic. It's South Park Volume 2, featuring the episodes of 8 4000 and Big J Owl's Big J Boat Ride. So it's only like 45 minutes long, and it's a total fucking ripoff if you were to pay for it. But somebody bought it for us for Christmas, and I've seen these episodes a million times, and I'm never going to watch those videotapes, so I never opened it up, and I'm going to give it away now. If you can tell me which cat is about to meow. Someone? Someone say hello. Someone say hello. This is going to be a good contest, because nobody's going to be able to get this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get somebody to meow. Somebody come here and meow into the microphone. Okay, there we go. We got our meow. Did everybody hear that? Too bad I can't go back and play it. Maybe I can get it to happen again. Okay, did you hear that? That was the meow. Now you gotta go to the chat room and tell me which cat just meowed. Okay, the time is 12:52 in the a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm paying attention to the chat room to see who's going to win the contest and get this South Park video. And you'll have to email me your address so that I can mail it on out to you. So I'm watching the chat room, and let me play some music in the background. Somebody went meow. Brandon is guessing that it was Mouse, and he was right. Oxycon is guessing Sebastian, and no, Mouse's voice is a little more pleasant, and Sebastian has more of a raspy meow. Let me see if I can get him to meow. Say hello. Say hello louder than that, please. Sebastian. He's so cute. Sebastian. He's licking his back. Oh, I forgot you're stoned, aren't you? Say hello. Sebastian, go meow. Sebastian. Meow. 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 The whiskers are crawling back and the mouth is moving, but no sound is coming out. Give me a good one. You can do it, big guy. Meow. Well, the only one I could get to talk was Mouse. So come here, Mouse. Mouse? Come here, Mouse. Come here. Come here. Good girl. Mouse. Mouse was the contest kitty. Mouse. Because Mouse is the easiest to get to meow. All you got to do is touch her. Meow. Very cute. There goes Sebastian. Let's do it again. I picked up Mouse and he cried like he's jealous, like you're a bitch. Sebastian, do it again. Now he's not talking. Now I'm doing push-ups with Mouse. Up and down. Up and down. You gonna cry? Sebastian. Sebastian. You little bastard. You're supposed to all cry on command. And I'm amazed that there's 49 people listening to me talking to my cats right now. Sorry when I go off on these tangents, but, you know, it's more about my fun than yours anyway. Let's try a random number or some shit.
Hello?
Hey! Listen, I can't believe what your boyfriend has been saying about my boyfriend. It is just despicable the way he's been talking about Blackout, calling him bipolar and saying that nobody listens to him and he lives in his own little fantasy world. And, you know, it may be true, but, you know, reality can be delivered a little more deftly, if you know what I mean. Maybe a little more gently.
Well, I don't quite think I know what you're talking about, because I think you have a wrong number.
No. No. Your boyfriend is that KDK bastard. He's the one, I'm not sure of his real name, but they call him KDK online.
Ma'am, I don't have a boyfriend. Okay?
Why don't you have a boyfriend?
Mostly because I don't feel like sharing my house with anybody else.
You know, you're right. I think I'm going to throw this bastard out, too, because this is just a whole bunch of shit. He's been talking a lot of shit, and he's been talking a lot of shit about my boyfriend, starting a lot of trouble, talking about how he's insane, and he's living in a fantasy world, and he's bipolar, and self-destructive, and manic, and all this bullshit. And now he really is. He's driven him to it. Like he's on the edge, like he wants to ride a roller coaster and just leap off, like at the top. He wants to commit suicide in a spectacular way, like on a long road trip across the country to go to the world's biggest roller coaster, or something like that. But anyway, I've just had a little too much to drink tonight, and I probably shouldn't even be using the phone when I'm this angry. I should sleep on it and talk about it tomorrow, wouldn't you say?
I would say with somebody who knows what your situation is, because it's...
Oh, okay, well, you have fun in your loneliness.
I'm not lonely, you understand? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I'm happy she's not lonely. And if you're just tuning in, you missed a mildly entertaining prank call that I just did moments ago live before your very ears. Doesn't it suck to be you? To just be tuning in right now? I miss the times when I used to just dial a number and have no idea what the fuck I'm going to say or who the fuck I'm going to get. I miss being on the spot like that. Even though it makes my job so much harder, it seems that that's what I enjoy about it more, you know? More than just like doing a funny, entertaining prank call. I enjoy the challenge of going in with nothing and trying to pull something out of my ass. And I do that every week with the show, some would say. I love putting myself on the spot and proving myself right, because I used to be the kind of person who used to say I couldn't possibly learn how to do that. That would be too difficult for me. I could never do that myself. I admire others that do it, but I couldn't do it myself. And that's a bunch of bullshit. Because every time I put myself up to do something I couldn't do, I excelled at it. Anyway, welcome new people who've joined the chat room. A lot of a lot more people are in the chat room. So everyone else, come on over, kdkprankcalls.com. Click on the link for the chat room. Welcome Raw Milk. He's we're talking about how many gays there are in Connecticut. And yes, there are a lot of gay men in Connecticut. If you're an AOL member, you can go to the member-created chat rooms and type in CTM for M. Or if you're a Yahoo user, you go to the sex chats and type in CTM for M. And you'll see all the rooms that are dedicated just to gay guys in Connecticut trying to hook up. There's a lot of fags in Connecticut. Not as many as maybe San Francisco or Manhattan, but it would be number 3 in the list, probably. Connecticut is full of fags. Not as many dykes as Maine, but there's a lot of fags here. Not as many dykes as Maine. Why do all the dykes go to Maine? Why Maine? Dykes like the cold? Well, they like to wear flannel, so that's warm. And they like granola, so that's a hiking thing. You can't really hike in the city areas. There I go, perpetuating bad gay stereotypes. And I'm sort of happy because it looks like Connecticut is going to be the 3rd state in the Union to recognize same-sex couples. Not as a marriage, but as a civil union, which, you know, it doesn't make a difference because I'm not a religious person. I don't believe in marriage. I think it's unnecessary. I think if two people can, between themselves, commit to each other, they don't need the law involved or the church involved. So I think marriage is a stupid thing. But the one thing that is good about marriage is the tax breaks that you get. That when you can file as a married couple, you get tax breaks. And when your wife dies, you don't have to pay taxes on her property. Like if I were to die, Keith would lose everything because he can't afford to pay the taxes on everything that I own. But if civil unions were recognized, that wouldn't be the case. We would have the same rights as a normal married couple, which would make sense because we've been together, what, 5, 6 years? We're going on 6 years now. Holy shit. You have no idea how long 6 years is in any kind of gay relationship. If anybody out there knows a gay guy, you know that your gay friends don't date somebody more than a month or 2 at most, usually. That's just the way it goes, because gay men are fucking sluts, for the most part. I don't like gay men. Even though I'm bisexual myself, I can be sympathetic. But I don't like gay men. I don't like men that act gay. I don't like effeminate, flaming guys. Because I think it makes gay people look bad, and I don't think it's authentic. Because I know a lot of gay people personally, and they don't act like that except when they're drunk, or when they're out in public, or when they're trying to make a scene. It's just a gay stereotype air that gays will put on when they're in public to let other people know that they're gay, so that maybe some guy who's in the closet might slip him his phone number. I don't get it. If I were to act like that, I would have to consciously think about it and do it, and that's what I think that they do. I would have to be acting. Because I don't think it's anybody's... But then... Every once in a while, you see like a little kid who talks like a fag and acts like a fag, and he grows up to be a fag, and you're like, well, maybe there is something to it, because he was gay before he even knew it, or he acted gay before he even knew it. And I've known people like that. I've had friends of mine, and I've seen their kids when they were 10 years old thinking, no, he's a fag, and then suddenly he's 18 years old, and he's fucking guys. It's sort of weird. Sexuality is so complex. Everybody would be retarded to try to even begin to pretend that they understand it. I wish I had a song I could play. It's called The Beauty of Grey from Live. And I was going to rip it for Lunatic Fringe tomorrow. Because one of the things that I was going to talk about is the distinction between gay and straight and people thinking that you have to be either or because society tells you that you need to be. But, you know, because I'm bisexual, I don't believe that that is a natural state. I think that's what you're taught. Because my mom was lesbian, she was more open. You know, my mom was bisexual, obviously, because she had lesbian lovers on the side, and she was married to my father and had 2 children, me and my sister. And my mom was always sympathetic towards gays and bisexuals, because she was one herself. And that's the reason, if I were brought up in some kind of uptight, Christian, fucked-up household, or a KKK household or some shit like that, then I would be hateful towards gays, even though it isn't my natural response to be, you know. You see straight guys who buy these muscle magazines. These muscle magazines are like, they're like Playgirl. They're like naked men posing nude, you know. It's like softcore porn, and all guys buy it. And they watch it, or they look at it, and they're turned on by it, but they just tell themselves that they're just admiring somebody else's ability to be in that kind of shape or something. But what it is we're all bisexual, and we can deny it as much as we want, but that is the case. And if you are a homophobe, it's because you were brought up to be that way. And I'm sure you could think back to things that your parents have said, or your friends have said, or just things that have happened throughout your sociological upbringing that reinforce that. But if left to your own devices, you would be bisexual and you would just sleep with whoever you're attracted to, mentally as well as physically. I was sort of unfortunate that I didn't realize that until so late in my life, because I was 30 years old before I realized that I was bisexual, or I accepted it anyway, because I was having sex with guys since I was 18, but I was also having sex with women. And, you know, you're torn in this moral dilemma thinking that you're supposed to be either or, and you don't understand your attraction to both, unless you're in denial about it. And eventually, when I finally came to terms with it, was when my mom died, and I said, you know, I shouldn't have lied to her about being straight all these years. I should have told her that I was bisexual. I'm sure she would have thought that it was probably better than being gay, because at least it doesn't mean she's never going to have kids. I should have told her, and that's what made me come out of the closet and tell everybody. Even though everybody always assumes that you're gay, when you tell anybody that you're bi, they say, "Oh, he's gay." You know, it's the same thing as being gay. It's not the same thing. You don't understand it because you've been brainwashed by society and religion and all this bullshit around you. Pardon me while I take a sip of my beer here. I'm surprised more people haven't tuned out, because I get a lot of people writing to me and complaining that they don't like listening to the show because every once in a while I go off on a gay tangent. And they find it uncomfortable to have to listen to me. And my response has always been that I'm not interested in doing radio for that type of person. If you're the type of person that wants to tune out because I'm talking about something gay, then I have no interest in entertaining you. And I want you to tune out. I want you to go away. And I don't want you to be here. And go listen to something else. There's plenty of other things. You're in front of a computer. You could be at any website in the world right now doing whatever the fuck you want right now. But I only want you here if you're willing to accept bisexuality. You can hate gay people along with me. I don't hate gay people, I hate the gay stereotype. The stereotype that gay people act out because they feel it's expected of them, and they use it as a way to let people know that they're gay so that they can get hookups. It's not a man's natural state to walk around acting effeminate. That's something that's thought about and practiced and performed as though it were an act or some kind of scene in a movie or a play. And if you know a lot of gay people, you know that they're very dramatic. And a lot of times live their lives as though they're in a scene of a movie or a play, wherever they go. Anyways, is it time to call somebody else? Let me see if anybody has any numbers coming in. There's a lot more people in the chat room, or a lot more lights are blinking anyway. Mr. Peepers has confirmed numbers. God bless you, Mr. Peepers. Dominus Ominous, and God always be with you. Mr. Peepers is the shit. J-Man has, okay, same guy, Centurion. Tell him you're one of his customers and he fixed your computer the other day. Say you found a mouse ear in your computer. Alright, that sounds like a setup, so let's see what else. Raw Milk is saying, what gives? Raw Milk didn't know that I wasn't supposed to do a show tonight. Or he does know that I wasn't supposed to do a show tonight, I should say. Do one of mine, says Redneck Fat Balls. Redneck Fat Balls. I actually think I guessed first, but I'll let Brandon have the prize, says Dr. Phil. That show be the next album? Why do all the dites go to... Yeah, that's a good title for the next CD, for the CD number 12. I've already actually cut, you know, because you guys are listening, and I'm not even supposed to be on right now, I can share a secret with you guys. I can play some of the tracks from the coming CD entitled Imaginary Superstar. And I'm only going to do it tonight, and I'm not going to speak about it henceforth because it's just too early into it for me to start talking it up. But there's a lot of... There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 calls. The first 5 tracks from the album have already been edited and decided, and that's it's sort of a cheat actually because when I did our last CD, I fucked up, and the running time ended up being like 120 minutes, so I had to take those 5 calls off and put them on the next CD. The 5 calls at the end, I had to chop them off and put them on the next CD because I fucked up with the running time. I thought it was like 80 minutes. Turned out to be like 120-something minutes, so it wouldn't fit on one CD. So, I do have a couple tracks from that I can play for you later on tonight if I remember and I feel so inclined. So I've opened up that window. I'm going to minimize it now, but I can go back to it at any moment. There's 5 pranks here. The Angry Old Smoking Lady, Arabs, Birds, Horses, and Porn, Edgar's Birthday in Bangalore, Masturbating on Webcam, and Sheldon Took My Pills. And I can play any one of those throughout the evening, just to reward you guys for staying tuned and listening to my drunken, rambling ass right now. I am KDK. Legendary online drunk and pot smoker and internet radio talk show host and website designer. Yeah, well, I'm better at some things than others, okay?
Hello, is this those Monkey Boys, or did they... I didn't hear the word vagina tonight, so I wondered what the hell was going on.
Penis.
How are you?
Penis. Now does it sound more like monkey phone? Penis.
Yeah, that sounds a little more like...
How are you doing tonight, Ryan? Everybody, Ryan, raw milk from the chat room.
I'm okay, how are you?
I'm in a very good mood. I'm having fun tonight. I'm enjoying doing the show more than I have in a little while.
Okay.
Actually, I've been enjoying doing the show a lot lately, but I'm enjoying it more than I have in a little while.
Good.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm alright. I should soon be getting to sleep because I do want to listen tomorrow night, so I don't know how well I'll do on 2 nights of like 3 or 4 hours sleep.
Yeah, really. Okay, before you go to bed, tell us a funny story before I give you the crickets.
Funny story, no. Why don't we make a call?
You want to make a call?
Yeah, if you're able to.
Okay. Yeah, of course I'm able to. Antros is saying, hey, what's going on, man? Everybody's just realizing that we're on the air. Okay.
Hello? Barb, this is Barb there.
This is she.
Hey, Barb. How's it going?
It's alright.
I was wondering if you had a chance to look over those, carpet swatches.
Carpet swatches?
Yeah, remember I asked you what color I should use to spray carpet.
Who is this?
I'm sorry?
Who is this?
This is Jacqueline. Just is Jacqueline from the club. From the sewing club.
Oh, I think you have the wrong number.
Well, no, I don't think so, because you're Barb, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was the other day, and stopped by, and, there's the fabric store, and I was, and then over to the side, there's where they sell, the flooring in the carpet store that's right next to the fabric store, and, we were at the fabric store, and I was headed to the carpet store, but I ran into you in the fabric store, and I was telling you about recarpeting my the 2 bedrooms. I'm recarpeting them, and I was trying to pick out color, and I had some blues I was looking at, and then some sort of like sea greens. But what do you think I should do as far as, do you like the blues or the greens? I want to have a cool sort of an ocean feel to it.
I think you mean to call someone else.
Well, you didn't get a chance to look over any of that stuff.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, just in general, what direction would you go if you were doing a room? What if you're doing, and now not in this corny way of an ocean theme where it's waves or anything, but just you wanted that kind of color scheme that felt like the beach, felt like a tropical island.
It's 1 in the morning.
Well, I do my best part sometimes, in the evening, and it's been, I don't know, I'm funny because I get going on something, and it doesn't matter what time of day it is, and I'm thinking I'm real close to deciding, but I wanted a second opinion, But I take it you didn't get a chance, or you didn't have, or you didn't see the swatches that I was talking about?
No, Jacqueline, I think you have the wrong number.
Okay, then maybe I have the wrong Barb, but I don't know, do you have any ideas, what would you do? What would you do? Because would you do, I was thinking like a sea green, bluish sea green sort of thing, and then like a tan, like the sand colors, and then the ocean colors.
I have no idea.
Well, you must do something with your place, like what kind of, you don't have any ideas?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking about carpeting a couple of bedrooms, and we're probably going to paint the walls like a tan, and then have like a sea green or blue carpeting.
Well, I know what you're talking about. I don't know why we're talking about it. I don't think I'm the person you intended this phone call for.
Oh, well, I know, but that's all right. We've established that. But I don't know. I just said, well, I'm bored, and I wanted some kind of feedback before I set it in stone that this is what I'm going to do. But
you're bored? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm a little bored with thinking about it myself, and I wanted to talk. Sometimes when you get to a point where it's not flowing anymore, and you need somebody to talk to and some other input. That's where I'm at right now.
Well, I don't think I'm the person you want to talk to about it.
Okay. you don't have any kind of interest in like home stuff or decorating or any of that?
No.
Wow. Okay, well, what sort of things do you do with this? I would think, you know.
I like to sleep.
Yeah, well, I'd like to be asleep now too, but this is bugging me, you know. I'm going on it.
Well, whoever you intended to call, it's not me, so.
Okay. Well, do you get like, is there a number where like people trying to call somebody always call you or something, or that you would know that number?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just let you go.
Thanks, Jacqueline.
Okay, you have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
That one was like seriously nice or seriously stupid.
I tried to. That seems like she was staying on the phone.
I think she was having fun.
You think she was?
Yeah, I think she was having fun thinking you were just like some retard.
It almost seemed like it could have gone somewhere, so I didn't give up on it.
Yeah, neither did she. I'm not sure if it ever did go anywhere, but it wasn't boring.
It didn't go anywhere.
It wasn't boring, though. It was good.
All right, well, I guess I'll let somebody else give you a call then.
Okay. Uh-oh. Hater showing up in the chat room.
Oh, well. That's not you.
Okay, thanks for calling in.
Okay.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And everybody, that was Ryan Rawmill from the chat room calling in to do a prank call with us. A very good job. He kept her on the phone for a hell of a long time. That was a nice lady. And that was a local number from Mr. Peepers, so thank you, Mr. Peepers, for the number. And he's got more numbers coming in. Maybe I'll call up Sally Gay. Sally Gay. Is this Sally Gay? She stole my gnome. I should prank someone with the name Hitler, says Master Saint Gay Hispanic Male. That's how I'm going to pronounce it, because that's how I like it to sound. So it is written, so shall it be done.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yeah.
Can you understand why people would worry about that?
Because they're ignorant.
Now, isn't that the creepiest thing you've ever heard?
Yeah.
It's so disturbing. Like, you can hear him, like... Now, let's listen to the question.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yeah.
And you can picture Michael Jackson like a thought bubble appears above his head, and he's picturing himself fondling little kids, and he's just getting off on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's enjoying it way too much.
Yeah.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yeah.
Can you understand why people would worry about that?
Because they're ignorant. Yeah.
But is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all?
That's a beautiful... Yeah.
But is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all?
That's a beautiful thing.
That's not a worrying thing?
Why should they be worrying? Who's the criminal? Who's Jack the Ripper in the room? Yeah. I'm telling you the honest truth. I don't do anything to my face.
Honestly?
Honestly. Yeah.
That's all I can think about. Every time I see Michael Jackson in the paper, on the news, all I can think of is the creepy.
Yeah.
To me, that has condemned him in my book. That makes me convict him guilty just because I can point at him and say, he did it!
Yeah.
Yes, listen to him.
When Gavin was there, he talked about the fact that he shares your bedroom.
Yeah.
Can you...
Yeah.
He's so getting off on the thought of sharing a bedroom with a little boy. He's fucking pedophile. Why does everybody find such a hard time believing it? He's going to end up getting off. He might lose all of his money in Neverland Ranch and all the loans that he can't pay off and all this bullshit. He might end up bankrupt. But that's not justice. I want to see Michael Jackson in jail, living in fucking solitary confinement, because if they don't lock him up, they're going to pass him around like a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's Clement. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm over here at Burger King right here in San Clemente. No, not San Clemente. I'm sorry. I live in San Clemente. I'm in Laguna Niguel, I think. That's where I'm at. I'm at a drive-thru right now. I ordered my food 3 times. They're mopping the floor inside, and I understand they're busy. They're not even busy. Okay, I've been the only car here. I asked them 4 different times to make me a Western barbecue burger. Okay, they keep giving me a hamburger with lettuce, tomato, and cheese, onions. And I said, I'm not leaving. I want a Western burger because I just got my kids from Taekwondo. They're hungry. I'm on my way home, and I live in San Clemente. Okay, she gave me another hamburger. It's wrong. I said 4 times. I said, I want it. She goes, can you go out and park in front? I said, no. I want my hamburger right. So then the lady came to the manager, or whoever she is. She came up and she said, do you want your money back? And I said, no, I want my hamburger. My kids are hungry, and I have to jump on the toll freeway. I said, I am not leaving this spot, and I said, I will call the police because I want my Western burger done right. Now, is that so hard?
Okay, what exactly is it you want us to do for you?
I send the officer down here. I want them to make me right.
Ma'am, we're not going to go down there and enforce your Western bacon cheeseburger.
What am I supposed to do?
This is between you and the manager. We're not going to go enforce how to make a hamburger. That's not a criminal issue. There's nothing criminal.
So I just stand here. So I just sit here. And
you need to calmly and rationally speak to the manager and figure out what to do between you.
She did come up, and I said, can I please have my Western burger? She said, I'm not doing it. She walked away because they're mopping the floor and it's all full of suds, and they don't want to run. They don't want to go through there and
ma'am, then I suggest you get your money back and go somewhere else. This is not a criminal issue. We can't go out there and make you a cheeseburger the way you want it.
Well, that you're supposed to be here to protect me.
Well, what are we protecting you from? A wrong cheeseburger?
No.
Is this a harmful cheeseburger or something? I don't understand what you want us to do.
Well, just come down here. I'm not leaving.
No, ma'am, I'm not sending the deputies down there over a cheeseburger. You need to go in there and act like an adult and either get your money back and go home.
She's not acting like an adult herself. I'm sitting here in my car. I just want them to make my kids a Western burger.
Now, this is what I suggest. I suggest you get your money back from the manager and you go on your way home.
Okay.
Okay? Bye-bye.
I'm telling you the honest truth. I don't do anything to my face.
Honestly.
Honestly. Yes.
Hello?
Who is this?
Well, you're supposed to start with hello, and then who is it?
Who is it?
Hello?
You hear that one? That's a callback. We're going to have to call her back. We'll give her a few minutes. We'll give her a few minutes, and then we'll call her back.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing, dear?
I'm in bed.
Well, so am I. It's Jill. I just saw this on TV, and I ran out of
Who is it?
It's Jill. I ran out of cigarettes. You know how it is.
I don't know you.
Can I bum a couple cigarettes from you? I'll pay
I
you.
don't even smoke. Who are you?
Yes, you do. I'll give you $1 each. Hello.
But is it really appropriate for a 44-year-old man to share a bedroom with a child who is not related to him at all?
That's a beautiful... Yes.
I'm enjoying this sound clips way too much. I'm going to be so pissed when Michael Jackson gets off, even though I'm accepting already that Michael Jackson will indeed get off. The deluded, retarded jury will eventually decide that it's okay for a black man to molest children if he's black. If it were Pee Wee Herman, he'd be in jail. Actually, Pee Wee Herman got off too, didn't he? Pee Wee Herman wasn't caught molesting kids. He was only caught with kiddie porn, and he got off. Along with Jeffrey Jones, you know, the guy who played the principal in fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off? He was busted for trading kiddie porn with Pee Wee Herman, Paul Rubens. They both got busted. They both got off, as far as I know. And they're both fucking gay little kiddie porn trading homophobe pedophiles, because neither one of them is out of the closet, pretends they're straight all the time. And in the meantime, they're trading fucking gay kiddie porn. Bastards. Don't anybody ever go see another Pee Wee Herman or Jeffrey Jones movie. He was also in Beetlejuice, and that was a funny movie. He was also in Ed Wood, and he was funny in that, but he's still a fucking pedophile. I'm from the old school, where I think where somebody like Michael Jackson, or O.J., or Robert Blake, they get off, they should be shunned. They might have gotten off, but they're shunned by society. Like, if you're at a restaurant and they show up, you ask for your check and leave immediately. And if you're there and they're seating you next to him, you tell them, no, I'd rather go eat somewhere else. These are people that should be shunned. They escape the law because they have money, and they're laughing at it. Michael Jackson's totally going to get off. And he's not going to lose Neverland Ranch. He'll come up with some kind of shenanigan bullshit. Hey! Now the cat's getting restless because I still haven't fed them. It's 1:30 and I still haven't fed the kitty cat, so I'm going to have to go feed them in a moment here. And I was busy ranting on Michael Jackson. This is ironically a rant that I was going to do on Lunatic Fringe last week because I had these clips all set and I started doing my rant, and then somebody called and I got sidetracked. So that was my displeasure with last week's program because I didn't have time to do my retarded rambling that I so like to do so much. Oh, man. God bless KDK's Lunatic Fringe, right? Anyway, I'm going to play a track for you for special. Just because you're listening tonight, you get to hear some tracks from the forthcoming KDK Prank Call CD. It's going to be CD number 11, entitled Imaginary Superstar. Just to remind myself to never become as deluded and out of touch with the world as Blackout. This one is called Sheldon Took My Pills, and it's really short.
Hello.
Hello, I'm calling and I'm looking for Sheldon.
You got him.
Sheldon, Loretta tells me that you're the one that swiped my pills.
Who, what?
You were in here. I live in a couple doors down, and Loretta told me that you were in here the other day when I went out for my walk, and you swiped my pills.
Your pills?
I need my pills.
I never took your pills.
Yes, you did. Loretta says so.
Well, look in her pockets because I don't even know who you are.
Well, she has photographic evidence.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
She took pictures of it, and I'm looking at it
Very
now.
good. Goodbye.
There you are, going into my house.
Oh, man.
Hello, this is your KDK TNT operator. You have a collect call from Bangalore. Would you like to accept?
No.
Okay, I'll put you through.
Hello! Greetings from Bangalore. I've been outsourced and I'm stuck here. How are you doing today?
Well, I think you got the wrong number.
My name is Ed, and I'm 87 years young today.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm here, and I'm in New York, and I'm all alone, and it's my birthday, and I have nobody to talk to.
For goodness sakes.
So I just called a number, and I was looking for a friendly voice to talk to.
Well,
would you like to talk for a moment?
Yeah, I'll be 84. On April 14th, I'll be 84.
Oh, God bless you. You only have a couple weeks?
Yep, that's all.
You have some family to celebrate with, or I leave you all alone, too?
I'm all alone, but I have two sons. They're both married.
And
I live alone.
Do they call you on your birthday?
Not really.
but they come to see me every Sunday.
Oh, that's wonderful. I have a son, and he's 36, and I haven't seen him in maybe 10 years.
What, a son?
Well, I'm over in Bangalore, so he's back in the States.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm in India. I was working in the telemarketing, and they sent me over here. They said, you're outsourced, and they sent me to Bangalore. They say, if you want your job, we're moving you to India. And now I'm in India with all these crazy people, and I have no family, and it's my birthday.
Oh, my. You're in India with all those crazy people, huh?
You know how they are. You see on TV, they blow stuff up every day.
Yeah. I wouldn't stay there if I was you. I'd get the hell out of there.
I know, but now I need to save money and get back home. I want to go back to Florida, but I'm here until I save up the money to move.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my.
And it's my birthday.
Well, happy birthday to you.
Well, thank you. You know, I hear you're listening to TV, and you know there's no good TV here in India. They have one station controlled by the government, and it's all propaganda, anti-American bullcrap.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have a TV playing all the time, and I don't even have to look at it. I'm sitting here at the kitchen table all by myself. Yeah.
You drinking a little?
Do I drink a little?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a drinker.
I used to drink, but the doctor told me I had to stop or my liver would give out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't drink, but I smoke cigarettes.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's bad too.
I lost my wife to the throat cancer.
Oh.
My wife killed 5 years ago. I lost her to the throat cancer. She died with a cigarette in her hand.
Oh, my.
And a hose of oxygen in her nose.
Oh,
and she's lucky she didn't blow herself up.
Huh?
That stuff is very flammable.
Yeah. Oh, I don't smoke much, but a little bit.
You ever smoke the weed?
Huh?
Around here, everyone smokes the weed.
No, I don't smoke no weed.
I don't know where they get it in the desert, but they're all walking around all stoned. You know, that's why they hide their faces, because they don't want you to see it all red and they're stoned.
Oh, my.
So what is your name? My name is Ed Rosenthal.
Ed what?
Rosenthal?
Rosenthal.
Yeah, I'm a Jew.
My name is Annie. Like Annie.
Annie?
Annie. Annie.
Like the musical.
Huh?
Like the musical.
Yep, Annie. Keene. K-E-E-N-E.
That's a lovely name.
Annie Mary Keene.
Well, that's a lovely name, and you're a lovely woman.
Thank you.
And it was delightful talking to you. But I'm gonna go now because it's long distance from India, and I'm just gonna go grab a six-pack and pass out in my sorrow.
What's your name?
It's Ed.
Huh?
Ed, you know, E-D.
Ed?
Edgar, yeah.
Oh, Edgar.
Yeah.
What's the last name?
Rosenthal.
Oh, Rosenthal.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was nice talking to you, Addie.
Yes, it was nice talking to you.
And you have a happy birthday in April.
You bet. And yeah, I hope you have a happy one. Stay well.
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my God. I can't call that woman anymore. That woman is a sweetheart.
And I love that prank call because Annie had a lovely time with the call, and if you listen close, the part where I say she was a lovely woman, she goes, thank you. And she sounds so thankful, and she sounds like I made her day. And it makes me happy that it wasn't a completely evil prank call. But I suppose that's open for interpretation. That's my interpretation, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, let me see what's going on in the chat room. There's a lot of lights blinking here. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to close stuff out here as I read it. So if you hear me read it, that means I closed it right afterwards. Somebody says, want a beta test, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game? Try here. There's sex in it. Yes, real sex. Dum dum dum. So if anybody out there wants to join a beta test for this role-playing game where you can have sex in it, go to www.sociotronics.net. Let me try that again. Sociolotronics. SOCIOLOTRONICS. Sociolotronics.net. Go there and play this stupid game because I'm not gonna. J-Man2 says, just to give you an idea, just to do something stupid, I guess, say you took a piss in front of his store, it'll be funny regardless. Indian people are great. Close. Next, Weedman. The people that want him pranked are listening, not the person, whatever. You're still going to tell him who pranked him, and I'm going to hear shit about it. KDK, can you tell the people of the internet I apologize? Please do not cancel Retard Night, says Monkeyphone Mark. No, Monkeyphone Mark, I already stated that Retard Night was not canceled. You just should have said something on the forums or sent me an IM so that I could tell everybody that you weren't going to do the show tonight. So close that one out. Next up is Drew's Blunted. I run a server called irc.bongload.org, and we have about 80-plus stoners on our network. We're the largest all-stoner network on the internet. I was just wondering if you wanted to link your server with our network so there would be more listeners for your radio and more chatters for my network. If you're interested, just connect to irc.bongload.net and message me in Bongload. Okay, so if anybody wants to go and say hello to the people at irc.bongload.net, tell them KDK sent you. Next is Pazboy. I'm going through all the names, I'm sorry. I'm going through all the PMs, I'm going to get them all out of the way. I can give you a free iTunes song, a Pepsi cap that expires on Monday. No thanks, Pezboy. That's cool of you, though. Dr. Phil says, I actually think I guessed first, but I'll let Brandon have the prize. That show be the next album. Why do all dykes go to Maine? And he asked me, did I close the phone line? No, I didn't close the phone line. It was never opened. Ryan was calling me on my personal number because he's a personal friend. Mr. Peepers has more numbers coming in for Aldebert Funk, Beatrice Funk, Bambi Bush, Emily Cox, Rosemary Cox, and other local people that I can call. J-Man says, dude, it's not a setup. Seriously, I was just coming up with a stupid idea. I came here to request a number because you said you didn't have any coming in. Haha. I don't know, man. If you could do it, it's cool. The guy's still awake. Well, you know what, J-Man, give me the number again, and I'll see what I can do. Wise Fool says, Spencer, tell him whatever you want. I just want to fuck with my buddy. Okay, whatever you want. I just want to fuck with my buddy. I don't know how to read. I'm sorry. Intro says, man, if possible, can I call and make calls with you in a few, stepping away from the computer to smoke my bowl. And he spelled bowl wrong. He spelled bowl like mole. But I will be back. If you can toss me your number or the toll-free number, I'll give you my home number. And feel free to call in if you like, because I'm not going to go set up the toll-free number. It's the police. Says, let's have some fun and call the police. One blocked call refusing info because you don't want the people complaining about you. Wouldn't make anyone suspicious. Jill would be the best. Uh-huh. Somebody's trying to get me to prank the cops. Posing as it's the police. I would assume it's the police would never say this to me. I meant to say that refusing info because you don't want the people you're complaining about to know it was you that called. Oh, I'm confused. I'm just going to close that one for safety. Ralph is asking me if I got the bubble soundboard. I don't know. I haven't checked my email. And he gives me the phone number for Regina Sask. Regina Sask. He doesn't tell me if she's awake or not. We should send Annie a birthday card and sign it Ed. Oh, does she say her birthday? She does. She says her birth date in the call. Next time I listen to that call, I'm going to write down her birth date and send her a birthday card as Ed, like an old person birthday card, like something an old guy would send, and like a picture of an old guy. Do I send my info to her email or to here, says Brandon. Brandon is talking about winning the contest. You need to send me your email, or not your email. You need to send me your address at my email so that I can send you what you want. Just drop me an email at kdk@kdkprankcalls.com and say, this is Brandon, I won South Park Volume 2, and this is my address. Don't forget, it's vitally important that you tell me what you won in the same email as you give me your address to make sure that you get it, because I'm stupid. I admit it, I'm stupid.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing, dear? It's Jill. I'm looking for Sally.
Who's this?
It's Mrs. Rosenthal, Jill. The lady with the throat cancer.
Who?
Jill Rosenthal. They call me the cancer lady around town here.
Why are you calling at such an hour?
Sally gave me a phone number because she backed into my car, and I didn't want to make a big deal about it, so now I'm calling. We were down at the Big Y, and she backed into my car, and it's only a little ding. So I'm calling to discuss and we'll exchange insurance information and whatnot.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I know, but like I said, I'm elderly, so most of my business is done, around this time, because I stay up until around 5 and I only sleep until around 8. You know, as you get older, you need less sleep.
You gotta call at a different time.
And plus...
You gotta call at a different time, I'm sorry.
Is she awake right now?
Man, it's too late to be pranking people on the East Coast. I need West Coast. You bastard. Anyway, what do I want to listen to for a moment? Oh, well, I'm pinching off my pee-pee because I gotta go pee-pee real bad, and I'm gonna go use the real bathroom instead of pissing in the cup and dumping it out the window. That was funny once. Twice it would just be sad, wouldn't it? And we're back, because I gotta figure out when did Annie say her fucking birthday was again, because I don't want to go play the whole fucking thing again and go try to get her birthday, but Ryan is pointing out that she might have said it was in April that her birthday was, and how great it would be to call up and wish her a happy birthday. Somebody find the phone number for Annie Keene. I would assume it's spelled Keane, and we'll call and wish her a happy birthday. Annie Keene. Somebody. I remember somebody sent me that number because it sounded like Anakin, and we were doing like Star Wars pranks that night, I guess. Anakin. It was Annie Keene. Somebody give me that number, please. Oh, man. Alright, let me see if I can go back. God damn it. And I already navigated away from it, so let me go open it up again. I don't remember when the fuck she says her birthday is.
Well, congratulations. Thank you. I'm here, and I'm in New York, and I'm all alone, and it's my birthday, and I have nobody to talk to. For goodness sakes. So I just called a number, and I was looking for a friendly voice to talk to. Well, would you like to talk for a moment?
Yeah, I'll be 84. April the 14th, I'll be 84.
April the 14th. Everybody write that down. April the 14th. We went back and we found it. So let me go and find out when that's going to be. When the fuck is April the 14th? I want to call her and wish her a happy birthday. I could do it now, I guess. But the 14th will be next Thursday. Next Thursday will be during the replay. So maybe during the replay I'll bust in and do a happy birthday prank call to Annie Keene. So that's something that can get everybody to tune in to the replay that Thursday. At some point I'm going to bust in and do a happy birthday call to Annie Keene. We're going to get that number. Somebody give me that number. I know we can find it because we got it in the first place. We got it off of peoplepages.com. Somebody send me that number. One of you. I went back and I found out the date. I can't believe it was that easy. April 14th. Let me type it in the chat room just so everybody knows it, and so it'll be there for me to look at later on. April the 14th. I hope she's not dead, because she sounded really old. That would be just a total downer if I called and we got somebody saying Annie was dead. Oh, what a downer that would be. KDK's Lunatic Fringe, you're on the air.
Hey.
Hey. Intros.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Oh, not much. I'm just drinking some beers and smoking some weed and talking to my friends on the internet. Like you. How you doing, man?
Oh, just lovely. It was one of those perma Fridays, you know.
What do you mean?
I couldn't find anything remotely to do, so about every hour or so I smoked a little bit of weed.
You mean at work?
No, man. I'm still in school, right?
You're at school smoking weed?
Well, no, I was actually at home because I don't have classes today.
Oh, so that's nice. Awesome. I love that. I'm going to do that tomorrow because I don't work tomorrow. I'm totally just going to get up and smoke some weed and clean the house and smoke some weed and update the site and smoke some weed and do the laundry.
Oh, man, laundry's horrible when you're stoned, though, because it's like the most tedious task, like pick up socks and shit.
Well, I got to go to the laundromat.
That's even worse. Hey, maybe you can pick up something at the laundromat.
You mean like steal people's clothes?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna get arrested stealing other people's clothes. That would make like a great cover for a Frank Gall CD, that article in the paper. I got arrested for stealing somebody's clothes.
No. Oh, shit. That would be kind of amusing. Did you saw in the chat channel someone gave you the date? It was like April 14th or 16th.
It was April 14th. I went back and you maybe haven't heard the delay yet, but we went back and we listened, and she said she's going to be 87 or something. I can't remember exactly how old she said, but it was April 14th. So I'm going to call. That's going to be next Thursday. So that means during the rebroadcast of KDK's Lunatic Fringe, I'm going to bust in, and we're going to do a live happy birthday prank call to Annie Keene and see how long we can keep her on the line. She's really nice, and she seems lonely, so she might have some fun conversation with Ed.
You have so much time on your hands, man.
Who, me?
Yeah, but it's great.
No, I make time.
Oh, well, everyone loves it and shit. And check it out, I brought Princey back.
Yeah, I noticed she was back last week. It was good to see her back. Is she back tonight? No.
No. I don't even know if she knows about it. Like, I was just cruising around, Shoutcast, and it popped up, and I looked down, and it's like, new surprise show, and I'm like, ooh, I like surprises, so I went in, and there you were. A live show.
Yeah. Because Monkey Bone is supposed to be on tonight, not me.
Oh, really? And what's their show name again?
Retard Night. So it's KDK's Retard Night.
I guess I'm the retard tonight.
No, that's me.
Oh.
Are you drinking too, or just smoking?
No, just was smoking. I have vodka lying around, but I don't know if I want it.
I have some of this supposedly watermelon flavored vodka. It's Smirnoff like Twist or one of these shits. And it's like, it's only like 70 proof, so it's not that strong, but it's supposed to taste better.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to work up the courage to take a shot, but I don't think I'm going to tonight. I think I'm done for tonight. The beer I'm drinking now, beer number 6 is going to be the last, because I haven't eaten yet today, and I don't feel like getting sick.
No, that wouldn't be the greatest, would it now?
It might be fun on the air if you could hear me puking in the garbage can.
No, because I start puking.
Yeah.
It'll be like a communal puke. Everyone will, like, hear it, and as it really goes along, you know?
Well, that would be breaking new ground. I've never puked on the air before. I've peed on the air.
Did you fuck on the air yet?
No. I've had sex while I was on the air, but never with an open mic so you could hear what was happening. Why, you want me to?
No.
Okay. You sure?
Or you could do it.
It would be great radio, because Keith is very vocal.
Well, I just had an idea.
What?
I think tonight, just as I came in, I saw, was Blackout saying shit or causing shit?
It's probably not Blackout. Blackout's probably not pathetic enough to do it himself, but somebody who likes Blackout has been spamming the chat room all night, getting banned immediately and just wasting his time.
Yeah, well, this is what you do. You, like, tape record or get audio files of sexual acts, per se. And then you find out Blackout's parents' number, and you call up and say, listen to what your son has been recording. You know, we make a big scene out of that.
whatever.
Blackout loses his computer.
Okay, now that... yeah, these parents are going to take the computer away. Wouldn't that be fucking funny? Blackout's mom takes the computer away.
Yeah, I don't even know how old Blackout is. It just sounded good.
No, Blackout's like 31 or something.
Oh.
31, 32. He's only like 3 years younger than me, and I'm 34, so he's probably 31. Or close to
he
it.
acts way younger.
No, obviously.
Christ.
Well, anyway, I'm going to let you go, man.
Alright, man.
It was nice talking to you, but I don't feel like making a prank.
Alright, later, man.
Okay, peace. Hello? Talking to Karen.
Huh? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Kara?
Uh-huh.
Like, oh my god, guess what?
What?
My friend, like, is making fun of me for, like, having this guy, like, bring me flowers and chocolate and shit. And, like, he's a complete nerd and everything. And, like, yeah, he's, like, completely annoying me. He's, like, calling me a loser and, like, a tramp and, like, all this other junk. And, like, yeah.
Who am I talking to?
Oh, you know me.
Yeah, from where?
I live down your street.
Really? Oh. And he's calling you all the name, huh?
Yeah.
Why
like
did he call me to give you the phone?
Pardon?
How did he call me to give you the phone?
He called me and he was calling me all these, like, weird names and, like...
He's calling me weird names?
No, me. He's calling me... I live down your street. You know me. Yeah. I come over all the time.
You come over to my street?
No, I come over to your house.
I don't think so.
It's Kitty. You don't remember me?
Kitty?
Yeah, you don't remember me. I come over, like, almost every weekend.
Oh, really? I didn't remember that.
How can you not remember that? I come over every Sunday after church.
After
church.
Well, that's nice. How come I didn't see you last Sunday?
Because I was sick. I told you that. I called you and told you that.
Really?
Yeah, I was in the hospital.
Oh.
Because I have all these guys.
Line. Somebody's waiting for me talking.
Okay.
So, I'll be later.
He said call him later.
What?
Maybe he wants to flirt with you.
Yeah, I need some help.
What's the problem?
I'm handcuffed to a bed. I'm handcuffed to a bed.
How did this happen?
I was having sex with this guy and, it got a little kinky. So, I didn't mind the handcuffs. But, he started pulling out all these little toys and he shoved one in my butt. And he left me handcuffed to the bed and he left.
Where were you located?
72nd.
Can't come down to 72nd, Dad. It's too far down.
I'll give you whatever you want. Just get me out of here. Because I've called a million places. I'm sitting here naked. I'll do anything. I'll fuck you. Anything. Oh.
Your handcuff,
He left me handcuffed with something stuck in my ass. It hurts.
How's you stay on the phone?
Because my hand can reach.
Well, why can't you pull what's in your ass out?
I can't move my arm.
And what's holding it in?
My ass muscles.
You should be able to push it out.
I've been trying. it won't come out only halfway and then it goes back in.
I can't come down to 72nd Street. It's too far.
Come on, I'll suck your dick. I'll do anything. Oh, I'll suck your dick. I don't think so. He ain't gonna come back. I know he ain't. He hit me a little bit. He hit me and he whipped me with this big whip. Come on, I got big titties. I got nice lips and nice eyes and nice hair. Just come down and please get me. Please. It won't come out. I thought this was normal.
Suck up your ass, no?
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
And he's never put anything up your ass before?
Never. Not ever. Not even his dick. A couple of fingers one time, but that's it. Yeah, it's like one of those Mombassadors. You know, the big Mombassadors. The big ones.
I'm not familiar with them.
It's big and black and 2 foot long and it hurts. Come and get it out. Pull it out for me.
That's gonna hurt.
You can lick my butt so it wouldn't be so sore. Oh, fuck you. I'll do things that your wife never did before.
I don't think you're in any shape to fuck anybody.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna come and find you. I'm gonna handcuff you to a bed and stick a big Mombassador up you.
Nice. No wonder he did this to you.
My name's Candy Sweet and I demand respect.
You didn't get too much today so far.
No, I didn't, did I?
And you got a good weapon too.
That's okay, because I'm gonna piss in your ear. I'm gonna fart in your face.
Well, call me back tomorrow. How is it that you feel?
I wanna bite the pimples off your ass with my teeth, my 3 good teeth.
So call me back tomorrow morning. I'll see how your ass feels.
Okay.
Okay. Be good, baby.
I will.
And we're back, and that was Soul Coughing from the CD El Oso, which means the monkey, I believe. Entitled Circles. Man. I'm really fucked up right now, and I think it's a good time to end the program because we're going on 3 hours, and I thank you people for listening. I thank everyone for listening. I always appreciate when anybody listens to me. And I'm glad that we're leaving the air now with the same number of listeners that we had when we came on the air. So, we were able to at least not lose any listeners. So that's a good sign. That's all it takes to make me happy, is just not losing all the listeners. That makes me happy. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on PCU, and you can listen to me live for my regular show, KDK's Lunatic Fringe, and afterwards, immediately following that program, I do KDK's Psycho Babble, which is where I'm typically drunk and stoned and tend to ramble on and say things I'll regret the following morning. So everyone, I'll see you tomorrow night. But thank you for listening tonight, and I love you all, and stay beautiful.
Just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving, revolving at 900 miles an hour. that's orbiting at 19 miles a second. So it's reckoned a sun that is the source of all our power. The sun and you and me and all the stars that we can see are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour of the galaxy we call the Milky Way. Our galaxy itself contains 100 billion stars. It's 100,000 light years side to side. It bulges in the middle, 16,000 light years thick, but out by us it's just 3,000 light years wide. We're 30,000 light years from galactic central point. We go round every 200 million years. And our galaxy is only one of millions of billions in this amazing and expanding universe.